The following podcast should not be misconstrued as legal advice in any way, shape, or form. You have to be an absolute idiot to take our advice seriously. I mean, look at us. We're dumb. Nate thinks the Democrats got a pretty good deal in that shutdown. Joe really admires Chuck Schumer's leadership qualities. We cannot stress enough, do not take our advice. The listener does so at their own peril. All right, well, I'm Joe.
I'm Nate.
And we are the premier criminal consultants in the Boston area, here to help you with your perfect crimes.
Well, Joe, we have one of my very good friends. This is actually one of the first friends that I made when I moved out here, dude. And he's a very good man. He's a hilarious comic. He runs shows. He books shows all over the Worcester-Fitchburg area. Pardon me. The Worcester-Fitchburg area. Yeah, the Fitchburg. Good guy, dude. The Worcester-Fitchburg area, you know. But no, he books shows out there. He actually runs a small comedy conglomerate as well with a friend of the pod, Nick Taco.
Hey, and, give it up for Nick Taco.
Give it up for Nick Taco. And with Nate Hilly as well from Worcester. Y'all give it up for Terrance McCormack.
All right. Woo!
Guys.
Good man, dude. I'm so happy to have you here, dude.
Happy to be here. This is going to be fun.
It will, dude. It will. Dude, well, yeah, how you doing today? Doing all right?
I'm doing great. I mean, I wish my fantasy team was doing better, but...
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Yeah.
Well, except me. Again, like I said, I'm at the top of I'm in a 4-way tie with I believe it's with Peyton Lott, JB, and it's, you know who I'll tell you it's not? My friend Chrissy. It's not Chrissy, dude. And that's the important thing. It's not Chrissy. You hear that, Chrissy? That's for you. All right, there you go.
Well, I'm just glad the fantasy team is doing well because you're wearing that LSU hat, and I just feel so sad for you these days.
It's depressing times.
Headline after headline about the tragic downfall of LSU football.
Oh, like I said, and it will be a downfall for right now, but if we do one thing right, it will be to steal Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss, dude. Like I said, we will steal, if we do something right, we'll steal Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss, and we will continue the great legacy of SEC coaches that jump from one school to the next, creating dynasties in the process.
Moving on from a guy with an anger problem to one with a drinking problem. I love that.
Dude,
good luck with that, LSU.
Lock up your co-eds.
Is Lane Kiffin the coach that kept leaving like every school? Like the team would just leave one day and be like, where'd he go? Oh, he's in Tennessee.
Yep.
See
He did that I think he did that to go to Tennessee, and then he left Tennessee to go to USC to do that.
Yep.
Then he went pro for a little while, maybe, and then he
was an OC, right?
Yeah, no, he was the head coach of the Raiders, I believe. He might have been OC.
He did do the Raiders.
He was the head coach of the Raiders, and then after that, he came back to the SEC, bounced around between Alabama. And so there's like rumors where they were like, he's banging Saban's daughter. That's what we used to always say, like at LSU. We'd be like, well, keep that pervert Kiffin out of here. And now I'm like, bring him back, throw young girls at him.
Now we need him.
Yeah, he likes the young ones. Give him as many as possible. God, so what are you going to do,
That's how you get the kids in, for sure.
Exactly, Well, so they're of age, I think, 18, right? I mean, it's not my thing, but God bless him,
In Louisiana, that's pretty good,
Exactly,
I mean,
dude. And we want him to be the head coach, and whatever he likes, we're into. All right? That's what it is, so...
Okay.
That's a pro college football, pro kids.
Whatever he wants. I'm not children, of course. I would be against that. Would be vile and wretched. That would be vile and wretched. But if that guy, whatever he does with co-eds in the night is up to him, I guess, as long as it's consensual, I hope.
Nate was a Penn State fan.
I was about to say, wasn't Penn State really good in the 90s? You need a Sandusky on your team.
Dude, I will tell you, I used to know some people that went to Penn State, and they do not like it when you bring that stuff up. They are very, very,
Oh, they get upset about it. Dude, I knew a guy whose mom went to Penn State, and he was like inconsolable when that news, like literally crying about it. And I was just like, I mean, it's sad, but not because of
it is interesting
the football team.
Well, they have like such a dedication, not to the football team, but also to that one man, Joe Paterno. So they rever this one. So like that's the nice thing about being in the SEC is like, you very rarely does like a figure come around like that. That's like, like even like Coach O at LSU, he was so great. He's from Louisiana. He does so good. Dude, you fuck around and like get a divorce and bang a blonde lady and it gets on Snapchat, dude. We'll cut you loose, okay?
We will said you wanted Lane Kiffin.
Dude, you know what? Right now, for the time being, SEC football, dude. Exactly. If this was fucking
standards have fallen so far in this country.
If we were the Nittany Lions, dude, we would be trying to hold on to him and squeeze him as tight as he could while he just engaged in all the pedophilia he wanted, dude. But it's just not how it works.
Dude, I never understand college football either. Like you can be an Alabama fan. Well, this is my take on this. You're like an Alabama fan, LSU fan, but if your team's teams on it, you're still like, go SEC. I'm like, no.
No, not now. I will say that's partially true. I will go SEC against a non-SEC team unless it's Alabama or Ole Miss. Then I want them to just crash and burn.
That's
crash
true.
and burn.
My dad went to Michigan. I love to see the Big Ten like beat the SEC unless it's Ohio State.
Right.
In which case, I hope they all
burn.
Yes,
but anytime, I guess it is tough because now I think about it. I got some cousins who went to Georgia, and I love to see them lose too. I love to see Florida lose, Auburn. Yeah, you know what? I do want them all to lose. I want every single one of them to lose. I want LSU to be the only one that wins in the whole.
See, and I hate college football, so I was like pray for a terrorist attack. But
what an interesting time.
I gotta say, it's funny to me that you hate college football because there's a lot of like groupthink kind of cultish behavior involved in it. And Terrance, what would you say your crime is that you want like some advice from us?
I want to take over a small island and start a cult.
Oh my God! Well, what a coincidence!
Yeah. What a coincidence! And again,
what a segue!
What a segue!
He set that up somehow.
He's a smart man. This is why we got him, dude. One time he said, and it was one of the nicest things he's ever said. He told his girlfriend that we were like John Madden and Pat Summerall, and he called me John Madden.
Oh,
dude,
wow.
And he said that, but because you got to have somebody like Pat Summerall to keep it all flowing while John Madden's drawing penises on the fucking television screen, dude.
I think we watched different broadcasts, but
well, those are the ones I like. I really like the bloopers, I really like the highlight,
bloopers,
Oh yeah, anytime somebody's doing something on a screen, or like I saw this one the other day where this guy, it was in England, and they had him on, and they said we have a tech CEO here, and it turned out that he was just like some guy from Africa who was there for a job interview, and it was like in the engineering department, and he ended up accidentally getting on camera, and they were like, we have the CEO, and he was like, yes, I will answer your questions. It was just fucking amazing. Like I love shit like that. These are the things that I live for. So if John Madden draws a penis on a screen, I've probably seen it before.
I thought John Madden was a food guy because every time they would show clips, he's like, "Oh, I had this big meal at this place, and I'm in," and it's all about the food. And it's like, "Oh, fourth down," and they had a completion. He's like, "Yeah, but the burgers in Pittsburgh are perfect."
No, well, he was just a fat guy. He wasn't a food guy. He was a fat guy.
Fat guy first.
Spent a lot of time on buses. You got to eat something.
Yeah, he was. That was the guy. What was it? He was afraid of flying. Yeah, that's what it was. They say that in The Office, Michael Scott, and he says, Dwight asks him why they called Jerome Bettis the bus. He says, because he was afraid to fly. There you go. That's
good Office reference.
We like those.
Yeah. We do.
We like The Office. Has anybody watched that new Office spinoff? Just out of curiosity.
It's funny.
Is
the
it
paper?
good?
The paper.
Yeah, there's an Office spinoff.
It's called The Paper, and it is. And it's very funny. They track down a company that bought out Dunder Mifflin, and then they moved it to, or they bought out Dunder Mifflin, they closed it, and the conglomerate also owns a small newspaper company,
right?
a newspaper
it's
called
like Iowa or something.
It's the Toledo Truth Teller in Toledo, Ohio.
Toledo. Yep. God, what a godforsaken place that is.
It's such a good idea for a place, though. I mean, I love destitution. I love destitution.
Hold on. I just got to say, I had to spend a month in Toledo doing work one time, on a business. Yes, you should laugh. It's a terrible town. There's nothing there. It's great all the time. I hate Toledo so much. If you're listening, Toledo, I hope your town falls into a giant sinkhole and none of you ever escape. I'm sorry.
It does have the, when you see it, on television or from afar, it has the this. You get the impression that the sun hasn't visited it since 1955.
They're a bunch of mole people and they all suck. I hate that place.
They had industry with the Rust Belt stuff, and then the sun left as soon as all those cars did. Then they just got addiction and heroin. That's it. Yeah,
they deserve it.
I know nothing about Toledo. They make it to
you
the
should hate it.
every now
Trust
and then.
me.
I'm like, they're gonna lose first round. Okay,
I hate Toledo. You cannot pay me money to go. If they're like, Joe, we'll pay you $1 million to film your Netflix special in Toledo, I'd be like, well, I'm never doing a Netflix special. That's it.
That's remarkable. I would do that so quickly.
Yeah, I know, but I have integrity, so.
I'm with you, Nate. I would do it. I'd be like, I don't care. Fuck this place. I'm still filming an hour. Let's do it.
I know. I'm still sitting there wishing they would have called me for Abu Dhabi or whatever.
I would do Riyadh in a second. You don't pay me nothing.
I'm such a piece of shit. If I had business to stand on and I was an actual good rich comedian who had fans, maybe I'd be like, nah, dude, I'm not gonna. Because also too, I mean. This guy in Riyadh, what are we talking? That's crazy,
That's high comedy already.
That's already comedy. You know,
we should do a movie about you going to Saudi Arabia to become a comedian. Anyway, but we'll get back to that.
That would be pretty wacky.
Yeah.
You know, that would be nuts. But yeah, so but like at this stage, if somebody's like, come on, man, we'll give you like even like a quarter of what they give anybody to go to like a damn Abu Dhabi and do comedy, dude, I'd be on a plane in 2 seconds. You know, I'd just keep my mouth shut.
Do you think they think that you're Theo Vaughn?
It's possible that I could maybe.
Like, is that Theo Vaughn?
Maybe it's possible.
He's better spoken than Theo Vaughn. That's the problem.
I guess maybe that could be true, but it's possible. Like I guess in that same like I get what you're saying because like I got like I had a friend who was like a more muscular like you know like he would a muscular you know black fellow you know like he Terrance, of course, for those who aren't who are listening cannot see him is you know he is a beautiful
man,
chocolate man.
This is always so important to Nate that like
I like to make sure the listener knows who we're talking to. Yeah. You know, I like to make sure that they have the same visual that I do. You know? Okay. And I love differences. I just love difference.
That's why I'm here. Yeah,
I'm fascinated by difference. You know, I've gotten very into scientific racism. It's a now
expand on that.
Yeah, please. Oh yeah, let's do that. That's what we're here for.
Defunct phenomenon that was very popular between Darwin and Hitler. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. What did Hitler do to end race? That seems weird.
Well, once he started getting really down on it, they were like, "This
what
stuff
could have happened?"
Pretty nasty, but it's a totally defunct science, and it was like the idea of like trying to figure out where everyone came from. You know, so they would have like an astute, and this is what people would say. They'd say like he is an astute gentleman and a proud racist. He's wonderful. You should have him around. This is how they would describe people who are scientific racists. So someone like that would walk in the room and he would try to determine where we all came from and the differences because we couldn't have all possibly came from the same place.
It's like you're 50% right about it because the other part of it was like using science to justify racism.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, that's what they did.
You know, like phrenology where they'd measure your skull.
Hits. That's right.
Like that was like, like this is clearly an inferior brain because blah blah blah. But it was just like
they would measure your head and they would say like my brother his head is very large and they would get confused because they would say that his head is very large so obviously there's too much space in there because his brain can only be so big so he must be an idiot.
Yeah.
You know,
it was all very stupid stuff.
It's fascinating, very fascinating stuff. But they really had all these crazy theories on like you know well if you're black you must have come from somewhere and if you're Chinese you must have come from somewhere different. White people came from like whatever god they assumed. You know exactly they were like they were put so
very scientific god they had.
Exactly. That's where it's all rooted in. These guys are like well obviously we came from God. Next where do these ones go? You know what I mean? Like
who are you people?
Right, you know, so this is, but so yeah, I've gotten very, very into it, and it's fascinating stuff. You know, it's really
you say these things. It's like I don't know if you know how they sound.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I've been reading all about
the accent. It's like so perfect. I feel like you're gonna like look at me in a week from now and be like.
He's gonna break
like you. Fuck, dude. What happened? Yeah, I was reading up, and apparently mixed people, awful, dude. No, don't know where you came from.
Wait, Irish and black?
I know. And black? Which island, dude? Don't say Ivory Coast because it's over, dude.
It is crazy how much literature there is on even like the simplest of topics, like mixed race, and then you can go down and like you can find like the Black Irishman. It's totally not. I saw a ledger from 1958 in England the other day, and it was one page. And it was the table of contents for listing all the different types of homosexual. And it was, I mean, remarkable. It was like the married queer, the unmarried queer, the closeted queer, the self-hating queer. I'm going to need you
to find a new hobby, Nate. I'm going to need you to find any other hobby. Have you thought about bowling?
How about a job? I don't know.
I
what
just
is going
got
on,
one. And I do something. I don't know what I sell exactly, but it's some in energy, either faucets or windmills, one of the two. But I do something with, where I sell something like that now. But I still, I'm always reading. I'm always just trying to develop thought, so.
Okay,
and this is where I fall into.
Anything else. I mean, anything else.
It's mostly this and stuff about like combat sports, and dogs. Oh, I love dogs.
How have you not been recruited into a white nationalist movement
for real, dude?
I'm very susceptible. It's true that I get a lot of the propaganda and stuff, and I often have to call my brother and my girlfriend and say things like, "Did y'all hear that?" And they go, "Oh no, you just you fell into like the bad, like the QAnon, like like that." And I'm like, "Oh man, how come I'm with
again?"
Like how come I fall into that? Why do I get advertised this? It's like
Joe, the next episode, if he's like, "Have you heard of white Christian nationalism?" It's be like, "Yo, podcast over. See you, dude."
Way past
God
that.
damn it, Nate.
I studied that. I was
a white Christian.
No. I was a political violence.
Nazi tattoos? They're crazy.
Pretty crazy. You should see the bird I got in my chest. No, I was a global studies major with an emphasis on political violence. So actually, that's why like cults. This is actually stuff I really know like a fair amount about. Like this whole phenomenon and like creating an island and an economy and you know like especially something somewhat of a banana republic that's like based in violence and corruption, and dictatorship. I'm your man.
I just want to call out, this is a podcast first that Nate brought us back to the topic.
Oh,
this never happens.
Boom.
This is
interesting.
15 episodes in or whatever. I'm really happy for you, man.
Dude, I know.
Good job. Yeah, we'll give that applause. Yeah, we'll give you the applause for that. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Yeah, give it up for Nate, everybody.
You know what, Joe? Congratulations, man. He finally got it. That's awesome, dude.
That's
I'm so happy for you.
Terrance is starting a podcast soon. He's going to, like we were talking about the different dynamics hosts have. And so it comes. It comes with time.
It's going to be you waiting on Nick to take forever to get done and then grab us back in. Fair.
It's possible.
Patience is a virtue.
With Nick Taco, I would say he is a wonderful podcast guest. And he's a wonderful. But y'all are gonna have so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been in cars with Nick a lot, and he can go for 45 minutes and then go. Are you gonna say anything? Like, hey man, you never gave me a chance, dude.
Well, he's very Italian, you know. And in fact, if he was let's see, if he was half, I don't know, like Portuguese or Brazilian, I guess y'all would pretty much encompass every single possible race you could be to be from Massachusetts. You know, say it's black, Irish, Italian,
different
let's say Brazilian. Let's say this is all like just
somehow you got back to mixed race.
Yeah, okay.
It's always on the top of my mind.
And now we're gonna segue back to Cole. You guys are doing the segue.
Give us 15 minutes. He'll get there, dude. He'll find it.
I'll find my way back. I'm working my way back. I'm trying. This is on the top of my head. You know, what I mean,
but I love anybody who wants to be a cult leader, frankly, because I sometimes get curious about it myself. So I'm curious though, like what has led you down the path of like, hey, I think I would be a good cult leader. I think I could run this island nation well. Like, I'm curious, like what motivates you to like start something like that?
First, you see all these cults and they always fail. And you're like, why do they fail? And I'm like, I think I could run a cult and I wouldn't fail. Just my own thinking of like, I think I can do that.
I think it's because a lot of them end with suicide. You know, a lot of them do that whole thing where they all die. On purpose.
Cult.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part. Like, there's no like real vision. Like, my vision would be that if I ran a cult, the only thing they would have to do is every day everybody has to listen to me do stand up for an hour. So the main reason is just for me to work material out with people. And I'd be like, you have to be honest though. I need these to work. So if it's not funny, please let me know. And I won't lead by fear because I need to know these jokes are working.
You're like that new. It's like that new Tom Segura show he has. You know, he's got that new show on Netflix, and there's like it's like a like sketch comedy show. There's one of the sketches where he's like this like. It's supposed to be like Garth Brooks, basically, but he's like a country music singer, and he kidnaps a bunch of his fans and like puts them in some destitute country town, like some western town. And he's like, tell me something to write about. And they're like, what do you mean? They're like, give me something sad. And they're like, my mom died. And he's like, that's perfect. Yeah, I like that. That's good. That's my mama's dead. You know, he's just like, that's perfect. That's just like you.
I would do that like jury duty. Like you every day, you have to show up and like I have like a 15 people audience, and your jury duty is basically okay. I'm doing an hour. And then the next day, everybody has to listen to me do that hour and then provide me feedback.
The same hour. How long would you do the same hour for?
Probably I probably would like, I mean, at that point, if I'm really running a nation, I'd have hopefully not a team of writers, but I'm probably doing a new hour every week.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's, I mean, you would need.
You're cranking it out at that point.
Pretty much.
Yeah. How many? We're gonna have to.
Are you doing the seven nights a week? Are you taking a night off?
No nights off. No, I mean, as the leader, I need to hold myself to a high standard so that people know that if I'm working this hard, you need to be working.
7 nights a week. That's less than 10 minutes a night that you got to come up with. You know? So like that's
feasible,
doable.
It's not bad. And I appreciate your dedication. It's very Gaddafi-esque of you, which I find Gaddafi was one of the finest dictators the world's ever seen.
For a while,
hilarious, very hilarious. And one of his things that he did in his great delusion was total righteous indignation and dedication to nothing at all. And I like that.
Yeah. That green book. I'll have a green book. People have to read the green book, you know.
He actually, I mean, you want to talk about, he had his own theories on where everybody came. You open up that green book and he's like, there's no chicken, there is no egg. I was the first person. You all came from me.
I think you guys know a little bit more about Gaddafi than I do. What is the green book that we are referring to here?
Basically their Bible.
He had a Bible?
He had a book that he wrote basically like the Bible of his like of the Libyan like government of the day, and it was and it was like his version of like is like the way things were, and they are as such because Gaddafi says so, and like it was like the most insane, and a lot of it was like it was called like the Green Book, the Book of Logic, and it would be like If you have a sheep,
Mhm.
but your sheep is too small, you must kill it and get a cow. And if you do not get a cow quick enough, you must shoot your wife.
Imagine
Logic.
Imagine you wake up, you just go, you wake and bake, and then you're
Yeah.
taking a shit, and you're just like, you know what? This makes sense. And then
Yeah.
he was right in the Green Book, and the people have to listen to it. Like,
Yeah, I haven't dove into the Green Book yet.
No.
But soon. One day.
When I get my when I start my
I don't
own
know if that's
island.
better or worse than what he's reading right now.
It's-
honestly.
yeah,
we'll
dude,
find
who
out.
knows?
I'm really
Yeah.
interested. I'm very interested to find out if it's better or worse. But
Joe, do you want to move to Libya? They have some great ideas over there.
not anymore. He's gone since they
Yeah.
put that saber up his butt.
Dude, that was a funny. There's been a few funny dictators who have died in certain ways, and when they were dragging him through the streets, I was like, "That's pretty funny, though. You deserve this."
With a sword in his butt,
Yes.
dude. That's pretty wild. That's insane.
You guys know so much more about Muammar Gaddafi than I do. This
They
is
pulled him out of a
Net-
limousine and put a sword up his butt.
yeah.
think
This is the
Netflix
fourth
is-
time
yeah.
you've said that.
Oh, I'm very, very. It was very
I
disturbing.
feel like you watched it on repeat, and you're like, "Yeah, like that for sure."
Wow,
Fast forward.
Yeah, it was like a fella swallowing a sword, kind of. You know what I mean? Like it kind of had that same sort of effect where it was like, like wham, man, it's really
Where'd it go?
Yeah, so fast. You know, whoa. You know,
They
so,
really sharpened that blade.
yeah, exactly. You know, so yeah, you know, but luckily for you, I think you'd have a better handle on your people, and if you maintain an island realm as opposed to like a bordered nation, you know, you might be able to kind of have a better grasp on any sort of influence from outside ideas.
Yeah, we pretty much would have to live near America, have them take care of all of our security, our border security. They can't come in though. We'll supply them with something like eggs or something. That who cares?
They do.
You know what I
That
mean?
is a thing that often happens.
And then we'll get border security, and then we'll have chill vibes the whole time.
It does seem like a lot of cults like make a mistake where they like get too involved in the local community next to them. Otherwise, they are self-sustaining. Like, did you see was it Wild Wild Country on Netflix?
Yes,
That
yeah.
documentary.
No.
There's this cult out in Oregon led by this Indian guy who was he was a hack, you know, but whatever. He had like a couple of people who were strong enforcers for them, and they created this sort of like, I mean, it was like a free love. They made their own things. They
Was he the guy who said democracy? And I'm going to do the accent again because if I just
don't
do it a
have to
little
do
bit,
the accent.
it's only a little bit, so it's not racist. It's only a little bit because
Only a little bit, but not really.
No, it's only a little bit. So it's
The
and
books
if-
told me it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
The
The book
Green
say
Book said,
the book
"Don't
say
worry
if you
about
just
it."
do it a little bit of
Dr.
accent,
von
it's not racist. but
Richestein
it's
said it's okay to do this.
I think he
so-
was the one where he said, "Democracy is government for the people, by the people, and with the people." But the people are retarded. Yeah, yeah. I think he said that. I'm pretty sure it was him who said that. Yeah,
I love how he goes, "It's not racist," but don't worry about the end though. It will be offensive.
I guess. Yeah, shit. Yeah, I mean, you know, but it's pretty fascinating stuff. You know, yeah. But so yeah, this guy had a whole empire in like
he did.
Oregon. Yeah.
Yeah, and he used all the like they lived in like poverty, and then
Yeah.
he had like Rolls Royces and stuff. But
And he got arrested, and he was doing it with a woman. And you may need to. This may be smart for your purposes. You may want to enlist a female.
I know exactly who it should be, by the way. Alexis Cristaldi.
Oh,
Female enforcer, and she gets time. She would like crush that.
Oh
like,
yeah.
And she would keep everybody in line
It's
for
true.
sure.
She could have like a very kind of like one of those like horseback riding suits. You know, it's like
Yeah.
"Let's hide that."
All
my
leather.
God.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Valkyrie
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
like
that's
you could
what
call her
Valkyrie-
your Valkyrie. That's a fucking sick title for your lieutenant.
She's louder than me, so she can definitely be the enforcer. I'm just the guy who comes in with charm. Like, hey, how's it going, everybody?
You
All
like
right.
don't speak until you get on stage.
Pretty
That
much.
would add some magic to it, man. Like you
Yeah.
let her do, and because she'll love that, dude. Like give her a whip too.
Alexis,
Like,
you can open for me every night. There you go.
Yeah.
You only get 10 minutes, but you can open for me every night.
She's gonna need to headline sometimes. I'm gonna be honest. You're gonna have to give her one.
As a supreme leader, we don't allow that in my.
And I like that you've already called yourself the supreme leader.
Yeah,
it's
it's
very
good.
important. It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Supreme. Yeah, it's good to have a good title.
It
That's
is.
true.
It
That's
is.
true. Yeah.
That fella, I don't know what his title was, but he did go to
Guru,
prison.
I wanna say.
Something like that.
Oh yeah, they started poisoning townspeople though.
Yeah, they
That
did.
was like this is what I'm saying. They got like too involved with the town. And,
Exactly.
like, started like poisoning the water supply and stuff.
And
like,
the female cohort, she is now living in India and is a fugitive from justice, I believe, from the United States. Yes.
Did this get? Was there a parody of this
On SNL?
not even SNL. I think it's called like Documentary Now. Fred
Oh, yeah,
Armisen.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
This
They
is what
did
they-
that.
oh, this
Yeah.
is what they
Yeah,
made fun of.
yeah,
Got it.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I know.
yeah,
I know what
yeah.
this is in reference. Okay,
I
cool.
love
I know
documentary.
the parody.
They did
Yeah.
one about where they made fun of Vice and they like go to like Mexico and they like walk through somebody's house and they're like it's like a normal single family home. It's like a modern like a modest suburban home. And they're like walking through and they're like, oh my god, like look at how small the
Yeah,
hallways
yeah.
are. Like, you know, like no, and the chicken runs through. Like, oh my god, that's their dog.
That's their dog. Yeah, dude. Everybody keeps getting killed. All the reporters keep getting killed. Yeah,
so
it's a great
funny,
episode.
My
Yeah.
favorite, they do one with Armisen and Bill Hader where they're like parodying this documentary about getting Bill Clinton elected, like in the 90s or whatever. And it's like sending the like
He does James.
oh God, I got shot by a crazy radical.
He does James Corville. Dude.
Yeah, James Carville. That's right. That's
Carville.
good.
James
Yeah,
Carville.
yeah.
Yeah, from Baton Rouge.
Yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
LSU graduate.
Raging
yeah.
Cajun, is that what they call it?
Raging Cajun.
Yeah,
Raging Cajun.
yeah.
I don't give a damn.
Yeah. See, you can do that voice. That voice. I encourage you to do that, the Carville impression.
Well, maybe we'll see, but I kind of like the other ones better.
I don't like Joe. The part of the thing I don't like is how you're just not down with his racism. I don't like that at all.
You want me to
I
embrace it?
enjoy
Somebody
it.
has to keep
I
us
mean, I'm
afloat.
fine
Here.
with it.
Somebody has to keep us alive here. We hope and strive and for within the next decade to get one sponsor, dude. And I mean, this could be the one that sinks us. You know, so this really my fascination with scientific racism could really have a problem with our monetization.
I can't wait for you guys to get like a really big sponsor, and then Joe's like, we have to deny it, and you're like, why? Because it's David Duke. Like, what's the problem with that? I don't see the problem, dude. We're making money. I said I'd go to Riyadh. Why can't we have David Duke?
It's so funny, dude. That's so good.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God,
Fucking
dude.
kill me over here.
I know he like had more of a chance than y'all would think to be the governor at one point.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it is shocking stuff.
Sidetrack. There was a high school player. I think he's in the NBA now. He went to Providence to play basketball. But he's a black point guard. His name is David Duke.
Really?
And he was probably like, now he's probably like 22. And all I thought was, your parents know who that is. Like, they didn't have to name you David. Like, they could have went with any other name, dude. Come on.
It is.
20 seasons after the fact. I don't know.
He is a bizarre racist figure because he was one that he at one point he hated the Jews so much that the leaders of the racist delegations, whatever, they all had to band together, like the commission of the mafia commission, you know, like the five families, they all had to get together and get with David Duke and go, listen, man, you got to get off the Jews. It's out of date. You got to get on black people with the rest of us here. Okay, like it was like, isn't that insane? Like,
it is. Yeah.
What totally like wow, just so. That's mind. Like it makes my head spin. You know, I'm
Famously portrayed by Tobey Maguire in Black Klansman.
Really?
Right? Yeah. Yeah, dude. Actually does a great job. He's really funny in it.
Didn't he play Spider-Man one time?
Yeah, he
Three
did.
times.
Yeah.
Really?
Wait, was it? It was Tobey Maguire.
Tobey
right?
Maguire three times.
They got Tobey Maguire. They got that little British twink. What's the name?
Oh no, wait! It wasn't Tobey Maguire. It was whoever played Eric in that '70s show. What's that guy's name?
Yeah, he
Yeah, he was the one who played.
Never
David
mind.
Duke. Yeah. They just like they're equally. I can't. I'm drawing a blank on his name. Anyway, but yeah, you should. Fascinating podcast right now. Yeah.
No, it's
Super.
like-
Topher Grace. There it goes. Topher Grace.
I know. The only one
There
I
we
can
go.
remember was the rapist. What's his name again?
Epstein?
No, that one too.
From that '70s show.
Even though I know we don't know.
Kelso.
Oh, Kelso.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. He had I don't know what his real name is, but he is in prison now for a very long time. And
Yeah.
again, friend, I guess we should say this.
Danny Masterson.
Danny Masterson.
About Epstein. We don't know. We can't know. We'll never know.
What? What do you have to say that?
I think it's so funny the way that like the government's like we don't know, you know, there's no, we don't know, we can't know,
Can't have the government open
we
for
can't know.
reasons.
We can't know.
That's
We
why
can't know.
that's why they won't reopen it, because they're like, if we reopen, we're gonna have to release a list, and so many people are gonna be mad at us.
God, I really just that's another thing I'd love to get a hold of, dude. If I could get a hold of that list and just eyeball that thing, oh man, just the perverts of the world. Ugh, God.
I hope they never release the list.
Oh yeah. Hot take. Hot take from Terrance.
Yeah, just because I want everybody to just keep getting so upset over it and just keep complaining about it like over and over and be like, oh, it's the same news cycle every day.
I guess in that sense, and watch this. In that sense, perhaps Epstein ran the finest cult of them all, a very secretive cult. So secret the government won't even tell us about it.
And also, like, he had a female enforcer.
That is true.
Very
yeah,
true.
that's true. Who's now like got her feet up at a fucking prison camp that's totally insane to me too. Like it's like a minimum security prison camp. She's sitting there like, you know, doing fucking Pilates. It's so insane, you know.
I also want her to get pardoned just to watch MAGA lose it. Like, oh man, we can't. all right, we got to keep supporting this guy
I
somehow.
guess that's true.
Yeah.
partner.
Oh, they'll find their ways. They'll find
Ghislaine
their ways.
Maxwell and Kodak Black.
Yeah. She wasn't a January 6th. Why is she even in there? That's crazy.
That's true. I think she was on her submarine in the Indian Ocean hiding at that time. Yeah, I believe so. I believe she was hiding somewhere in the middle of the Indian Ocean at that time.
Oh man. Yeah, but
Nonetheless.
speaking of fantastic cult leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. I mean, we gotta like what you just want your cult to be organized around like comedy. I mean, actually comedians like will do a lot for stage time.
It is if you based it on
is
that,
true.
the promise of stage time will get a comedian to do so many things. You know,
Yeah.
just the mere promise of stage time.
That's true.
Well, you guys do stand up, so you like imagine all the characters I can learn to play
Yeah.
on stage. Like I
Yeah.
can bomb, and then they like if I bomb, they can't be too mad at me. They'll be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that wasn't that good." I'd be like, "Okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
Keep it controlled. Like don't get too out of line."
Yeah,
Okay.
because I mean, you're going to need like a workforce on this island too,
Sure.
right? You're going to need somebody to like build. So I think you got to like use a little bit of propaganda, kind of like a Fire Fest sort of situation where you just say this place is going to be a paradise.
That's true.
You get them out there. They're comedians. They don't have enough money to get back home, so they're just
Right.
going to like join the cult.
Yeah.
And they're used to
desperate.
living like homeless, poor. You know, like they get there and they're like, "Oh, look at this, guys! We can sleep on sticks."
If the island's tropical enough, this is going to be a huge upgrade for most comedians. You know, like
Yeah, dude.
You
just
know?
need a couple beefcakes out there, which brings me to, of
this
course,
is the problem.
one of my favorite people to bring up on this podcast, Adam Melvin.
Yeah, actually,
You get Adam
That's
Melvin
true.
out there. He's a big, strong beefcake,
Yep.
and he does. He I don't know if he does gay pornography, but he's managed by a gay pornography company, so he has
we got to
access
get him on the podcast
I know
and
we
just
do.
ask him
We-
these questions
one
directly.
day.
We,
Yeah.
the
One day.
people, deserve to know
about Adam Melvin.
Adam. Yeah,
He's one of the most famous people in the world. In fact, one of the top 2% earners on OnlyFans. He's actually one of the most famous people that we know. Yeah,
Really?
that's
I
true.
I did
Yeah,
not
he's
know that.
Beloved by literally hundreds and thousands of men.
Yeah.
Beloved.
It's
And
true.
with his access to, I believe it's called Meat Packing Management. That is his management
Meat
company.
packing management.
I'm sure there's a bunch of other burly boys in
Uh-huh.
there. With we're probably hanging dong too, which that might be nice for your island to have a bunch of heavy dong fellas out there.
That need women to come in, obviously.
There
duh.
you go.
Like, yeah.
Man,
Come
no,
for the
no, no.
comedy, stay for the dongs.
Stay
Like,
for
what?
the comedy, stay for the dongs. There you go. And that's how you wrote. Exactly. That's how you wrote
true.
it.
That's how you rope them in.
And that's
Even
another source of funding too. You have a like studio going where you're producing your own gay pornography.
Oh, and that goes really good to the cult thing. They do a lot of that a lot of times where cult leaders will be like, okay, now all you have to do is go have sex for money and give it all to me.
That's
and,
true. I think that's prostitution technically.
It's that is a form of it. Yeah, I mean that's if you were get down to I guess like the most like brass tacks term of it. Yes, but it could also be a part of a cult.
Could be.
Could
true.
be. That's what I'm.
I mean, sex parties are obviously going to happen. They're
Yeah.
completely legal. That's fine. No animals.
yeah.
I think if you're not having like orgies as part of your cult, like
That's
why are you
crazy.
even
Then why are
doing
we
it?
here?
What's the point?
What's the
Why
point
is-
of life at that point?
It's
That's
true.
crazy.
Like
It's
you
very true.
finally have people like that are doing like this with you. And you gotta embrace it.
Would
Like,
you have a password for your orgy, and what would it be if so?
I'd have to say it on stage every day. Like there's only like one orgy per day, and
dude, and
have
you
to
give out the
know
password at the
at
show.
the show. So if you want to be part of the sex party, you gotta show up to the show.
Oh, and then
I'm gonna join this cult.
Yeah,
is pretty good.
We're getting there, dude.
And again, to really make sure that you still have control through fear, anyone who didn't know the password, you could kill them.
No, see, he doesn't want to rule through fear.
No fear. We're not ruling through fear.
How do you
No,
feel
no, no.
about having a secret police though?
That's very necessary.
The,
really
yes,
step
we, I
Gestapo.
mean, there's a secret police, but we really here's one of the rules that we're gonna have because you need rules. No fucking kids. You can't touch kids. You just can't do it. Every
Yeah.
cult that goes
Yeah.
down is always some kid stuff.
Yeah.
If you do,
Yeah.
here's a secret police force. We put you in like what are the three rings? We put you in the center of town, and we have open executions.
Ooh.
The people control it.
What if somebody heckles you during a show? Execution?
If I can get
Stone them.
if I can get through the heckle, then we're win and actually good on them for heckling me. If I can't get through it, when Saddam Hussein when he was talking when he took over and the people got pulled out.
Oh, one of my favorite. Oh
Yeah.
my God, he gets
ushers.
so worked up about it. He cries. It's a really powerful thing.
Then Usher's gonna come in and be like, hey.
Saddam?
Yes, one of the finest mustache in all of dictatorships. Finest mustache.
One of the
certainly.
greatest hangings of all time too. Like so stoic right before. I was just like,
He's like, yeah,
what a
fuck
G.
all you.
Yeah.
And he gets down. He's
Yeah, didn't he like say that at the trial? He was
the trial,
like,
yeah.
you guys-
Yelling at the judge, like,
Yeah.
stand up, nah. I'm not doing that.
fuck
Nah,
you.
fuck you, dude.
Yeah,
Ain't doing
death
that.
to you all. Long live Saddam motherfucking Hussein. Yeah,
look,
That's a man who would not go to Toledo, I tell you.
He knows better, dude.
Yeah, dude, that's one of the. It's a crazy video, but it's him. I think it's right around the time that he just took over. But he is calling out political dissidents, and some of them aren't even real political dissidents. Some of them are like, "But I love you, no, please, like for real, I actually love you." And he's like, "Go to the back of the room," and he says the same thing to each one. If I say your name, go to the back of the room and do not come back. And like a couple of them are like, "Please," and he's like, "If I say your name, go." And they all, and then when he stops saying names, everybody like stands up and starts clapping and like crying and cheers. These are like so scared. Even he like sheds a tear. It is the most insane thing.
So the guy that did that, he had say the names. He apparently like captured him and his family, and then threatened to kill his family if he didn't read this like note. And they called those all those people out. So then later that night, the 20 people they called out, they gave 10 of them guns and they had to shoot the other 10.
Jesus. Yeah. He was brutal. He was also like that too, where he'd be like, "Okay, listen, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to kill your family, and what I need you to do is kill this other person. Otherwise, I'm going to kill you or your family or both. I don't know which one. We'll find out. Take the gun.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What a prankster, dude.
Yeah, he's a real knucklehead. You know, he's a real knucklehead. God, you know, and his two sons, Uday and the other one, I mean, just
one of them was an absolute psychopath,
a vicious rapist. Very.
From what I heard, there was a World Cup soccer game, and apparently Iraq scored on themselves. And he, not the guy. That's
Colombia. That was Colombia. No.
This also happened.
That did happen in Iraq, where I believe they killed more than just one guy. Though,
but the guy that scored the own goal, they like threw him in like a vat of acid.
Oh my God!
They weren't playing with this dude.
I do remember the guy, because his name was Escobar. He was either a defender or goalkeeper for Colombia.
Two Escobars.
Yeah, the two Escobars. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Watch that one. Yeah. It's pretty remarkable stuff, and that could be your heckler. So you could do that too. You could say, when I read your name, go to the back of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's your name, sir?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. I got him.
Get to walking, Thomas Sargent.
Oh, he'd be the first. He's not allowed on the island, dude. Anybody funnier than me, not allowed. Not a chance, dude.
You could have your own Kill Terrance show.
That's true. Except you have a gun in your hand.
Does anybody else want to do stand up? You get 1 full minute. Not funny. There's a sniper in the back.
The winner gets 10 minutes. The loser.
Do you have a family member? Why? Because they're the one dragging you off stage.
It's true.
I mean, I would watch that if you streamed it. So
yeah, I mean, you could probably get online. I mean, if you think
another source of ad revenue is just all I'm getting at. You got to keep this island afloat. You're gonna have to buy solar panels. You're gonna have to get water systems installed, plumbing, things like that. At least porta potties.
I have my own VPN that you have to buy in every other country. It costs $5, but only to stream into our country.
That's very cool. What kind of do you think, if you were streaming? What services would you have streaming? Would you allow like all the normal streaming?
Everything. I want free flowing information. I'm not going to hold everybody back. I want everybody to know what's going on in the world.
You want a cult where you don't rule through fear and you want free flowing information.
Yeah. Why would you want to leave my island? You're going to work 30 hours a week. I have this whole thing planned out. 30 hours a week. The government gives you a tiny home to live in that you get at 18 years old. There's no homelessness.
And you mean, when you say a tiny home, do you mean a small house or actually one of these very tiny homes?
No, very, very tiny homes.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, tiny home.
I actually live in one of those. It's kind of nice. Yeah.
Did you say you did live in one?
No, I would live in one.
That would be fun.
It's nice. You know, they're affordable, take up a little space, but
it's like being in a tree house.
Okay, so everybody has the same home. I want you outside. I want you being healthy. I want you eating the right foods. We're an island. We have island food.
This is actually.
Together.
Have you ever read the book Island by Aldous Huxley?
I don't read.
So that's good. Yeah, I know. This is like literary already for this podcast. All of our listeners are like, "What's a book?"
YouTube, right? It's on YouTube.
They're sitting there. They are all experts on scientific racism. Yeah. They have never read books. They
speak for yourself, Nate. That's crazy.
But so he has this island that's sort of like the Dominican Republic in Haiti, where it's like split in half, and there's one side where they formed this like sort of communal society where like there was a doctor from England who showed up and gave them sort of science, and they had this like nice spiritual culture that went along with it. But part of that was that they take mushrooms once a year, and like Aldous Huxley was really into mescaline and psilocybin and stuff like that.
Okay, cool.
Actually died taking acid, by the way. Decided to when he knew he was going out, he's like, I want to trip while I do it. Shout out to Aldous Huxley. He was a real one.
Terrifying. He was dying and was like,
the dude did it once a year. He's awesome.
Cool. I mean, good for him.
He knew what he was doing.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty interesting.
I'm always down for people who are dying and they know it and they're just like, this is what I want before I go.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
There's a video that's on YouTube. It's I just saw it the other day. A Russian stabbed and killed a Ukrainian dude. And they were in this battle. And the Ukrainian dude's like, he just goes, get off me. Stop grabbing me. He goes, you win. you're the better man today. Leave me alone. Get away from me. And the Russian dude just gets up, and then they say their little piece. He walks away, and the Ukrainian dude just dies.
What video are you guys watching?
Dude, this was on YouTube, too. It's a whole gun battle and everything.
I watched the ones where they, like, you know, like somebody comes out of like a barbershop and they got like a long PVC pipe and they're like screaming they're hollering something. I don't understand a lick of it, dude. But then all of a sudden they go kaboom, and a chicken comes flying out of the end of that thing and hits a Russian in the head and he explodes. That's what I like. That's what I'm like, where they're like, you know, when they're out there, they're just making their homemade weapons. And I also like to watch Russians in traffic. I watch animals in Russia.
Don't worry about you, dude.
I got real onto animals in Russia that escaped from the zoo. That was pretty crazy, dude. If you ever seen a polar bear run around in Moscow, I mean, and the way that they can't get a handle on it is nuts. You know what I mean? They're a wrestle-born beast. And they cannot get a handle on it, dude. No, these things escape from the zoo and really wreak havoc. It's pretty crazy, you know. This ain't San Francisco. They shoot them in the neck with a dart, dude. You know what I mean? This is rough stuff.
Nate, I worry about you, man. I do. I'm gonna text you daily, like, hey man, how's it going? How's life?
Cool stuff, dude. You should see my For You page.
You want to watch like a movie together or something?
Yeah.
Anything but YouTube.
Let's watch You Got Mail, man. Let's just comment all the way down, okay?
That's right, dude. We gotta stop watching video of these Chinese people hitting bongs and falling over, dude. They do this thing where they there's these videos of these fellas that they're Asian. I'm not exactly sure where from. Maybe if I was guessing.
Don't
right,
please.
No. Actually, no. What? I don't know. This is just I'm on here one time. Guess.
God damn it, Terrance.
I mean, maybe Vietnam or Thailand or something like that.
I want to be racist. I want him to use the accent
maybe,
and everything.
No.
Sorry, Jim. You're a terrible
They do this thing where they get these big clay bongs and they'll hit them and they take these huge rips and they go look, and no smoke comes out the bong. And then all of a sudden they go and they lean back like this and all the huge amount of smoke comes out of their head. And then they fall over, dude. And that's it. And that's the video. And I watched that, I've seen that thousands of times, dude. And I still can't figure out what they're smoking. And it's not heroin. It's not weed. My brother said he went there and he says this is some kind of fancy tobacco, but I don't believe him.
Oh, it's I mean, I don't know how it works, but that's like in Africa they smoke chatta.
Maybe that's
what chatta. Yeah.
But he says that these fellas they pass clean out, boom, and it's fascinating stuff, dude. So yeah, that's another thing I'm on. You know, is these little Asian fellas getting down with these clay bongs.
I feel like you're gonna end up in
asleep.
like LA and be like, hey man, I was on Skid Row and I just was watching dudes do heroin.
Oh, dude, you also
it was awesome.
Dude,
filmed it, put it on YouTube.
Yeah, the whole time. It's me reaction video. Yeah,
dude.
This fella.
I have come a long way, dude. 15 years ago, I went to go see my brother in LA, dude, and we were sitting in a Chipotle, and a fella came by, and he was wearing, and nothing wrong with this, you know, as I've learned, you know.
This is always a good start.
Awesome, he was wearing a dress, but he had he had short hair and a mustache and a beard. He had basically like your haircut, okay? But he was wearing a dress. And this is 15 years ago, don't forget.
Okay.
I jumped up out of my chair and I was with my little brother, and my little brother gay, so I always feel like I can, I'm like, well, I'm
15
good,
episodes in a row that Nate's brought that up. Congratulations.
I don't think there's a day has gone by since that I've not mentioned it since the day he came out the closet. But I jumped up out of my chair and I said, Monkey, look at that. That fella's wearing a dress, but he's got a beard. What's going on over there? I'm like, why is he doing, like, and that's confusing me, you know? And he was like, sit down, shut up. We're in public. They're going to kill you. And I was like, what? But I don't understand. I'm just asking questions. I don't hate him. But you're not, I learned you're not supposed to do that. You're just supposed to just be like, just live it, just let you're not even supposed to ask questions. You're supposed to just go, mm-hmm.
It's so crazy because there are so many people in your life that I know and I'm friends with where we like commune over the fact that like we keep you like
I know grounded.
Like you and your girlfriend, like we'll be like, Jesus, this is exhausting sometimes. I feel like your brother and I would be like, yeah, it's a rough job.
You would God, yeah, my brother,
Terrance is over here undoing all our good work.
Dude, your brother, I feel he's gay.
He is.
I feel like if you're gay, it's your moment to come out and say, "Hey, I'm gay." Like you come out of the closet, tell your family, however you're.
Yeah, he got to have that a couple of times before I came into the picture and figured it out.
Like he told you mistakenly, and then you ran in like, "Mom, Dad, he's gay."
No, it was.
You believe it?
Yeah, you believe it, everybody? And he's like, "I didn't come out yet." You're like, "Oh shit, dude! I wasn't supposed to do that. Oh my bad."
No, we were. It was the opposite actually. He was like real shy, so he told me, he pulled me aside. He told me, you know, and then he was like, all right, like, I want to tell Mom and Dad, but I don't want to do it. Will you just set it up for me? And I was like, And sure, yeah, sounds good. So we were like sitting in the dining room, and I was like, "We want to do this thing?" And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "All right." So we got up, and I went into my parents' room, and I said, "Hey, Mom, Dad," we call him Bunky. He said, Bunky's got something he wants to tell you about himself, about his life. Bunky? He walked in and he went,
Hello.
I'm gay. And my mom was like, "Oh, that's we love you so much," all that stuff. And my dad went, "Oh, so you are gay?"
Oh, no. Shout out to your dad, dude. That's awesome.
And I had no idea that he was like that. I had no idea. I was like, I cried, and he was like, "Suck it up, you pussy." Jesus Christ. I was like, my God. I was like, "Oh, so sweet. You're telling me."
Oh,
Was your dad
sweet.
like, I have my thoughts.
Kind of like that, yeah. He was just like, he didn't really have a lot of girlfriends. He had that one, but you didn't really, like her or anything like that. Weren't really disappointed when she broke up with you. And he was like, "Yeah, well, actually, I broke up with her. She wanted to kiss on the lips," and I was just,
You.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, this makes a lot of sense.
Girls, yuck.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's how it went. So yeah, he was it's worked in both ways.
Okay.
But my father did tell his mother, my grandmother, without my brother, just like ran in there. He's like, "Hey, so I'm telling your grandma." And my grandmother is a very conservative European, so we were a little bit like, "Oh, what's it gonna be like?" And so my brother was like, "You're doing what?" And he was like, and he ran in there and it's all in French. And he was like, "Yeah, the younger one, yeah, the little one, he's gay." And she was like, "Well, that's great.
Oh,
that's
okay,
wonderful."
cool.
She has no problem. She said very specifically, and this is her, not me. This is her, not me. She said, "That's wonderful. A gay man, beautiful thing. My hairdresser is a gay man. Perhaps he can give you a job. You'll be very good at cutting hair." And then she said, "But of course, if you were a lady." That wouldn't make any sense. 2 women living together? How would anything ever get done? And that is what my grandmother said. Okay, my 90-year-old grandmother. Yeah. So she's
Those were the
school.
days.
Those were the days. I know. I'm
Smart woman, dude.
I know. She is just old school as they come. So yeah.
Well, I like her.
I was dating this woman in college, and I was like spending some time like at her house for a week or whatever. And it was like lunch. I was making myself a sandwich, and like her old like crotchety grandmother like came out, saw me, and like looked at her, and she's like, "Why aren't you making him lunch?" And I was like, "Yeah, Kate." What the hell? It was the greatest day of my life,
Oh my
honestly.
God.
Like I was like, "Oh, this is so," because I could just lean into that joke for the rest of the day. Right?
That's
You're not gonna do that for me.
You're
Like,
not
come on.
gonna make me
I'm
anything.
gonna tell your grandma about it.
That's so.
I need your grandma's number. I'm texting her right now. We have problems.
That's G'd up. That is G'd. My grandma's
So
not quite
funny.
like that. She's more like, you got to treat her like my Louisiana grandmother. She would be one where she'd feed my step grandfather kind of like sporadically when he was in the chair and stuff. We thought she was trying to kill him, so because he would say stuff like, "Helen, I'm hungry," when we'd get there, and she'd say, "I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's yelling at me about in there. I fed him yesterday," and we'd be like, "It's 7 p.m. What the hell? What is going on?" So she was just, I wouldn't trust her to feed me. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure she could have been poisoning him slowly. It's possible. What you gonna do?
It's true.
I feel like I should tell her about my grandmother, but my
Hey.
dad just told me that my grandmother died before I was born. He goes, "Oh, she'd hate you."
Oh God.
Because she was Irish, and I was like, she was like Catholic Irish, and he was like, "Yeah, she wouldn't like you," and I was like, "Well, I don't know her, and she's dead, so take that." I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, dude.
That's
Sounds
right.
like
That's what I was
grandma's
gonna
a
say.
real bitch.
That's what I was about to ask. Is I guess you would have one. You'd have one black grandmother.
Yeah,
then, too.
and my black brother, she's awesome. She's amazing. The only thing is she hated Haitian people.
Mm.
About it, dude.
Fascinating.
Yeah, that's what I thought that was interesting too. Is she
Very
would be like,
interesting.
I'd have to I lived out in a small town, but I'd go to Boston and everything like that, and I'd have to go to these little corner store bodegas, and she would just be like, "Yeah, just watch out for them Haitians." Like, all right, dude, I don't know.
C'est passé.
I mean, like 10. I have no clue how to identify a Haitian. I'm just kind of like walking around, like,
You're like, "Oh my God, these Haitians are everywhere."
It's like I actually have the scientific data on how to
I know,
identify
exactly.
a Haitian.
I could spot a Haitian probably from at least 100 yards. I have no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah, they're working 2 jobs at once, right? Yeah.
You see, there's that ICE agent. There's that video of him getting pulled over. He's like, pissed drunk, and he gets pulled over, and he's like, one of the cops.
I did see this one actually.
Yeah, one of the cops is like has an accent, and he's like, "Sir, you got to get in the back of the car. Like you're being belligerent. Please, like let's just make this easy." And he's like, "You fucking Haitian," and he's like, "What?" And he's like, "Are you Haitian?" He's like, "What does that have to do with anything?" He's like, Got everything to do with everything, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
he's trying to like get out of. He's like trying to eat his way out of this ticket.
I'm federal. What does that mean? Like exactly. Didn't.
These cops are so fucking fed up with this guy too. It's actually a pretty fun video.
Yeah, you can tell. Like it's not even where they're like like mad. They're just like, dude, please, for the love of God, like,
send me that video. I need to see
that one's good.
Yeah,
you'll like that one.
Yeah, it is a good one. Yeah.
Actually, send it to me. I don't need him. You
don't want his YouTube algorithm.
Yeah. He'd be like, this is the one you were asking for? Dude, this is a death video. I don't need this, man. Get it away from me.
Great. Now it's all scientific racism and terrorism on my feed.
Dude.
Oh, this is why I should hate Swedish people? Oh, God. Okay.
Why brown? That's what they say.
Okay, these videos are pretty good, though.
He might have a point. Bring me back on the podcast. We got to talk.
Do you think you would have these? You think you'd have stuff like clay bongs on your island? And to control the people, like how are you? I'm still trying to figure out how you're going to control.
I mean, it's a bunch of comedians. They're going to be smoking weed together.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Oh, you guys can grow weed.
Listen,
it's going to be a sunny tropical island.
We can grow weed. We allow every drug that is naturally made.
Yeah,
naturally made.
Ooh, rogue island nation that like sells drugs is like fairly lucrative.
It's you call that a what is it? A narco state?
Yeah,
yeah, narco state.
Well, because the U.S. is providing us security, which they will be, and it'd be really hard to do that unless
they've done that in the past.
Yeah, we'd have to. I'd work a deal with the CIA and everything. That, but
Manuel Noriega, there's a lot of people.
You're gonna have like a black site on there that they can just disappear, people to. Like
that's exactly.
Everybody has to have a job, 30 hours a week. We're pretty much like a vacation state. I'll bring comedians in to also do stand up because I open for every one of them that comes on. So Dave Chappelle, I'm your opener. Louis C.K., I'm your opener.
Okay,
that's smart. It'll be like the Scientology of stand up comedy. Like L. Ron Hubbard, very successful cult leader.
It's true.
Made millions, maybe billions of dollars. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Made hundreds as an author and billions as a
terrible books.
Yeah, wrote very shitty books.
And this just goes to show you the value of having people who are in your thrall, right? Because they'll buy anything. So like, you got to make sure you're quality though. You don't want to be that guy who
Yeah. I mean, I'll have to obviously be great, which is easy.
I know some stand-up comedians around town that just like teach classes and use that as like a way to like sort of exert their will on people. It's crazy,
bro. Those who can't teach and those who they should teach the teachers. That's what I see. That's how bad they are at teaching. I see their students and I'm like, oh, okay. I won't mention any names. I was on my first time ever headlining. I was headlining in New Hampshire. 20-minute spot, great, fine. I had hurt my back, so I was like immobile. So I was like kind of lightly moving around. And there was two people that went up that opened, and they both were taught by the same person. And within the first two jokes, I went, I know who their teacher is. I knew who their teacher was immediately. And then next one went up and after was like, hey, is your teacher so-and-so? And they were like, yeah, how'd you know? I was like, your jokes. That's why the audience wasn't laughing. You know what I mean? And then we had some rant, like shout out to Mike Sheldon. Mike Sheldon was on the show with me.
Good man.
And
great
it was
man.
It was his first show that he was ever on, actually. Yeah. And he did 10 minutes. I think he was like 7 of the 10 minutes. Nice. Really good. And he did great. And I'm like, yeah, you know why? He wasn't taught by that guy.
Yeah, he's just homegrown, dude. He just good old fashioned unemployed fella sitting around smoking weed and writing very funny jokes, dude. He's
unemployed.
It's the way to do it. Which is why your island's going to be so successful.
It's so good, dude.
It's true.
I could actually see good like comedy coming out of this.
Yeah, you could be kind of making yourself like a little mecca. I mean, fuck Austin, fuck New York, dude. Let's go to Terrance's Island.
People would be like, who's your teacher? Terrance Guru. Who's your guru? Terrance McCormack.
Well, you can't learn from me because if they take my style, I had to hear people in Worcester that was like, oh, I wrote a Terrance joke. I go, I don't need to hear that, man. Okay, I write Terrance jokes. You write your own stuff.
See, you're so ready to be this like supreme cult leader of the comics. Like
you would be so good at it too. You really would. You have a very good like leader of the comic. You know what I mean? Because to be, and I mean this in the finest way,
please,
to be the leader of the comics is kind of like to be like the leader of the island of misfit toys. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you are like the greatest broken slinky that anyone's ever seen.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So, and we're all just a bunch of damn fucking tic-tac-toe boards and Legos missing pieces. That's all we are, dude. We're just looking at that slinky going, goddamn, but look at him roll.
I mean, and hey, we established it with the whole Saudi Arabia thing. You pay like some of these comics enough money, they'll come out there.
Yes.
Like you're gonna have your Bill Burrs. You're gonna have your fucking
Who else? Did DeStefano go out there? I think DeStefano went
out there.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart, Louis, Dave.
Louis, that was a problem.
Dave went out there.
Dave,
Louis and Dave went out there.
Andrew Santino, Bobby Lee. Was Sam Morril on there? I think he was the only one that I was like, that made me like laugh because I was like, wait, aren't you Jewish?
Pete Davidson. That's who I was like trying to like. But I was like, it's a comedian, but he's not a comedian.
Right,
He's just a guy who like does funny faces or something.
Yeah, there was a good number of them, but to each their own. I'm like I said, I wouldn't have personally done it, but if somebody's got to make cash, somebody got to make cash.
No, but that's what I'm saying is a lot of people would, and so like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
and then you start like getting people because we're all followers. We'll be like, oh shit, Bill Burr's out there. I can meet Bill Burr on this island. You're gonna get a lot of low level stand ups that are trying to work their way up, being like, oh, this is the new New York, this is the new LA.
And would you provide them with with sexual lovers?
They'll have to find those themselves.
Oh, you mean like the comedians coming in?
Yeah, would you do in feudal Japan they used to have like these brothels
man.
where like a
Bill
samurai
Burr
would go.
shows up. He's not gonna have to like.
He doesn't have to, but at the same time, that's one. He won't have to. There'll be women.
But would you
themselves.
have a sex house?
Yeah, obviously, dude. And
Obviously there's gonna be a sex house.
The big thing is like, hey man, at the end of the show, I know you want to go back and just do your own thing, but we have this orgy going on. You're more than welcome.
I forgot about the orgies.
Yeah, the orgies. You got to
start. Listen, you get off at 9, so we start at 11 and we go to like 2.
Yeah, no, that's a long.
I mean,
orgy,
it's a buffet and everything. There's food.
Nice.
You gotta get your rest and
that's
drink
true.
some milk.
Electrolytes.
Yeah,
electrolytes. That's true. And they say that milk has electrolytes, so it's kind of like a 2-in-1.
Yeah.
You say we're doing an orgy and everybody's having milk.
My name is the safe word. Like that's how you get out of it. You just gotta scream. You scream my name, and then it's like everybody's like, "Oh, stop real quick!" And you gotta get out. But just because you can scream my name, so
Yeah.
Nice, dude. He's had too much milk. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
God damn, dude. I mean, that's you got a good handle on this thing.
I think
dude.
this is actually a pretty feasible plan.
Yeah, this
Like-
very much is, dude.
Yeah.
So the big thing is, I need an island though.
Yeah, the island
That's
is
the
going to be
problem.
tricky.
Yeah.
Island is going to be tricky.
I'm certain that there's a forgotten
Oh.
way.
Well, I mean, nobody wants to do the other things Epstein did, but the way he like tricked Wexner into giving him billions of dollars and then used that money to purchase an island. Is there some billionaire in the comedy space that we can't? Joe Rogan's an idiot.
Yeah, that's true.
Joe Rogan's an idiot.
You could. I don't know if is he a billionaire?
He's close
He's
enough.
got a lot of money.
He's
He
close
does.
enough.
There's
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah, that
It's
would
like
be
$100 million
one.
a year for his podcast.
That's a lot.
Kevin Hart. I'll name the island Hard Island. Like that's
Something
easy.
like that.
his
Just tell him
TV.
The Rock is going to be there and he'll pay.
Yeah.
He'll show up.
Hard on island.
I'll have a rock in person. I'll be like, Kevin, you can fuck the Rock. There you go. Like, you can feel like you fucked the Rock.
Finally.
Finally.
I thought about Nantucket.
Nantucket, just like taking it over.
Just take it.
Like colonizing? I do. I like it. That'd be. I
There's
mean,
not
it's.
enough people. I can get a bunch of comics to just like come with me on the island.
Oh yeah,
We'll
dude.
just
And those people would have
fight
no
it.
idea what hit them. A bunch
Nothing
of
was going
degenerates
on.
like
Yeah.
that raid Nantucket, dude. Oh my god, they would be horrified.
Yeah.
They'd be on the boats out there so fast. And you just take it, leave it, leave
Here's
it,
the problem
darling.
with Nantucket.
Winter.
Yes, famously hard to grow weed there during the
Yeah,
winter.
and that's what I was gonna say because I was thinking of like one of these like like an Arctic or an Antarctic island because it would be uninhabited.
Well,
but the weed growing thing. That's
There's
what I was
got to
thinking.
be something in the Caribbean.
Cuba.
Cuba. Oh,
Cuba.
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 Cuba. Here's the thing. I need this done now. We go to Trump
Okay.
and
Oh,
we
yeah.
say, listen, I'll let you build a prison on this island.
They got one already though.
Wow, they need more.
We'll build like
I'm
an
sure
El
that's-
Salvadorian prison.
Ah.
Just for political prisoners.
One where you go inside, we lock it, and
I don't
that's
know
it.
that part of the island. I have no clue
Yeah.
what happens on that part of the island. It's not my business. We just know as a
Yeah.
nation, we can't cross that line. If
That's
you do,
the other half.
Don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's like Dominican Republic and Haiti.
Haiti,
Like,
exactly.
there's a
That line-
line.
Bringing it back.
No, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
French and
okay.
Spanish. French and
you guys will be the
Spanish.
nice side that does mushrooms and has like an enlightened comedic society.
The other side, gulag.
Not so good.
Do you know what goes on over there? Actually, we don't.
Yeah.
This cult has. We don't even see that as an island.
Would you call it like? Would you give it a fun name like Siberia? Would you like you will go to Siberia? Would you give it like a fun name or like no?
And what do you
will go-
say it with the Russian accent?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and what do you say with it? Say we will banish him to toilet.
I think. I mean, first, if someone invests like Kevin Hart, I'd call it. Like I said, like I'd call it Hard Island. But if I didn't, and I just took the island over, I'd probably just call it some racist name so no one ever talks about it because no one. I don't want anybody talking about it.
And what's slur would you use? And say it out loud.
Oh, just name it after Carlos Mencia.
I feel like you want to. What's the latest video you watched?
No,
dude?
no, no,
Say it
no,
with
no.
the-
I'm not that stupid.
Yeah.
No,
No,
I'm
don't
not
share
that
that.
dumb.
Get real Louisiana with it too.
No, sir, not me.
I got a black card somewhere on me.
Won't catch me doing that.
I heard you walk in, dude. Come on, what are you talking about?
Oh my God! Oh,
Joe, what's up, Mike? Oh, Nate, what's up,
is
dude?
here.
Oh, Terrance is here. Shit.
You wouldn't catch me dead. You would not catch me dead. You could
That's
not.
the easiest way to catch somebody.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. Perhaps my body might like
Thank you, man. Yeah, Joe, thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
my body might like be pin up and like have an utterance, after I pass or something like that. But that's not me, dude. That's just a vessel.
Oh,
at
it's
that
like
point.
it's like when you fart or you
Yeah, like
you
somebody
excrete
just
when you
slide
die.
out,
It just
you know.
comes out. You're just the N word. Like, ugh.
I don't even think I don't think it'd be that one. I don't think it'd be that one. I could think of like 11 different ones it would be, but it wouldn't be that one. No.
Something Asian.
I won't even tell you. I'll let
Terrance,
you.
I
swear to
I
God,
don't even
stop
tell you.
it.
I won't even
I
tell you.
swear to
I'll let you
God.
think. I'll let you
You know
think in your
what,
mind.
Joe,
No,
I'm trying to be your co-host. I'm trying to get him off of here.
When you're on his podcast, you use all the slurs you want, Nate. All of them. All the slurs you want on
You don't want
Terrance's
me on the
podcast.
side of you, dude. They'd be the best.
I don't
Come
know,
on.
dude. I don't know. You get me and Nick Tato alone in the room, dude. We could really fire it off.
I swear to
he's,
God.
Well, yeah, he's very Italian, dude. I bet he's got a lot to say about a lot of people.
Joe, what happened to Nate? Terrance is just better. He doesn't talk about certain things. It's been smooth, actually.
It's been way
A lot more
smoother.
focused.
Yeah, we're sponsored. We have a sponsor now. Exactly. Yeah.
Many sponsors.
Exactly. People are listening. We have smart, intelligent comments.
I don't get all these references to Stormfront anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not-
Yeah. There's not these. What we had like our third clip that we put out there. Like we got I said like one thing about Thailand, dude. Remember, we had like a bunch of people be like, "Hey, you can't say it," and I was like, "I didn't mean to," It was like, and that was a third clip, dude. So we're on a good ship here.
Three
We're-
clips in, and 3 clips in, not episodes. 3 clips in.
Three
And
clips
it's like,
in, dude.
oh, we already got drama. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
dude. Nice
Engagement.
That's right. Exactly. That's why we were like, well, I guess it is moving. The numbers are looking good.
People don't seem to like Nate at
Yeah,
all.
no, say, you are not a likable fella.
But the people are watching.
People are watching. Yeah, I know, and it's
That's
so
like
cool.
podcast cringe and stuff like that. Like it's like, oh, you guys are commenting negatively on all these podcasts, these comedy podcasts, but that means you're watching.
Yeah,
them.
right. That means you're like, yeah, come on,
Like giving them the views.
You're giving them the
Yeah,
views.
right, dude.
Yeah.
Someone's going back and watching the episode to see how bad it actually was.
No, if
I'm
you
like,
hate Mark
yeah.
Maron so much, just shut up about him, dude. Yeah, that's, God, for real. Just whatever. But yeah.
Talk about a guy who gets this whole thing that got brought up, and he put a special out, and
Yeah.
he was talking. I'm like, talk about a guy that I don't care about, like just in general, like, oh, he's talking about Joe Rogan and this person. I'm like, and it's Mark Maron. He's awful. Who cares?
I personally like Mark Maron, but that's
you?
fine. I do. I think he's funny. He's got some good stuff. I think like some
wrong
of his
with that?
specials
Everybody
are a
like
little preachy lately,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like
That's my.
when he's funny, he's funny, dude. Like I think, and he's got like this like acerbic side to him that I like when it comes out. But I get that. Not everybody likes everything. So
Dude,
that's
I am
fine.
hard
That's
pressed to like now. I've gotten at least to the point where like I'm hard pressed to say that anybody like we're like, dude, they're doing it, they're making money, they're doing well. Like, who am I to say like you know what I mean? Like, I
No,
don't
you're a
fucking-
viewer. You say whatever you want.
I guess it's-
my
that's
thing with
fair,
my
yeah.
thing with Mark Maron and also Ari Shaffir is like they are funny, and I know they're funny. But when they put a special out, it's like if it's an hour,
Yeah.
I'm not laughing for the hour. And like I know, like
fair,
the
yeah.
counterpoint of that is I can bring up Jimmy Carr to like 20
Oh, yeah.
people,
Yeah.
and people are like, I hate Jimmy Carr, and I go, oh, I totally get it. Like, who wants an hour of one-liners? Like, it's monotonous.
Jimmy Carr does start to wear on you after a while because I think
Yeah.
the first 25 to 30 minutes of a Jimmy Carr special, I might be laughing pretty hard.
Yeah,
but
that
then
is
it's
very
just
funny.
like,
It is, yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I think you get when you get that like one liner when you're just doing that same set up
Yeah.
punchline, set up punchline, set up punchline.
Yeah.
And, there's no time for like there for like a sometimes that story or whatever you can get a little
Yeah.
bit of nuance
Yeah,
in there.
yeah.
Kind of let things flow and then give the audience a chance to mentally take a break.
Take a break and breathe.
Actually, did you see Dave Attell's like newest special on Netflix?
Yeah.
Like
I haven't
it's
watched it. I haven't seen it yet.
so funny, but it's
He's
like
so good,
almost
yeah.
too funny. Like it's exhausting to watch. Like the first because you're like he does not let you like rest, and each joke is so good that
That's
like you don't get a minute to appreciate it because he's like launching into the next thing where I had to like watch it in bits and pieces because I was
Multiple
like,
pieces,
That's
yeah,
like a New
yeah,
York
yeah.
club comic style. You know
I
what
mean,
I
he's
mean?
the man. I mean, David
yeah,
Tell is
he's the
a
man,
god,
dude.
you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
That's that rap. I mean, that's that rapid fire style.
Yeah,
Like, when
yeah.
you can
Yeah.
do that, and again, like every joke is like great.
Yeah.
But you got to watch it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
To catch up on every single
Yeah.
thing
Yeah,
he's doing.
because
Yeah.
you'll be like coming back to this like crazy callback he did while he's like moving on to this like next thing, and you're like
yeah.
trying to do two
Right.
and he's so fast that it's really impressive. It's a great special.
He's,
But like,
he is remarkably good about like at like every single kind of like like comedic. What do you call it? Like, device that you can
Yeah.
use, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a callback and everything. Like, dude, you're just like hitting it so hard and you're like, God damn, he good. You know what I mean?
The only thing that it seems to be, especially with that specialist.
Yeah.
Have you how long has he been doing it? 30, 40 years?
Yeah,
Like that?
yeah.
Have you mastered silence? Silence. What's that?
Yeah.
I don't know what silence is, dude.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
there is no silence. He does not do the pause thing or whatever.
yeah, which is, I mean,
Actually, I was gonna say I heard Jon Stewart on the Bill Simmons podcast of all things, but he was like talking about his history growing up.
the
doing-
ESPN.
Yeah. So he had him on. They talked about the Knicks for like 10 minutes, and then they talked about the like growing up doing comedy around New York at the time.
Yeah.
And he's like, it was crazy. You'd see Attell blowing like, he'd have a cigarette in like on his way to like the 5th out of 9 mics he's doing that night. And he's talking about like he saw Dave Chappelle come through when he was 25, and he's like, like Jon Stewart's talking about, he's like, wow, I mean, that guy's just touched by God. Like, like recognizing like the talent that Dave Chappelle has when you're Jon Stewart and you're like, oh, this guy's funnier than me.
Yeah,
like, it's a really cool podcast, actually.
Okay.
You would like that episode specifically, the Jon Stewart one.
Jon Stewart, Bill
you should
Simmons.
check that out.
I have an hour-long drive back, so that'll be on.
It's
for
good.
sure.
Yeah. It's a good episode where he's like just talking about how he like started doing it and like what it was about for him, where he was just like, all I wanted was like that like 5-10 minute set at the like good club in New York. And like when I started getting that, I couldn't believe it. Like, and it's a really relatable podcast for somebody who's unbelievably
that is the
successful.
dream, dude. If I could just get that with like a 5 minutes, some 5 minutes that some fucking booker would just go, wow, hey, you're good enough. I'll pass you. Just in New York. I mean,
Dude,
fuck,
yeah.
dude.
I mean, big shout out to Josh Mandel for getting passed at the stand, man.
Yeah,
Like,
hell yeah.
yeah,
Congratulations,
good for him, dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
good for him.
fucking
man.
crushing down there, as far as I
dude.
can
Yeah,
tell.
a couple of those guys. There's a couple guys going down there and doing fucking great things,
dude.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're really killing
yeah.
it, dude. Barking at the grizzly bear and shit, and they're fucking. I mean, a lot of guys doing great stuff. So
It's awesome, man. It's attainable. And, Terrance, if you get that island,
it could be even more attainable for many more of us.
that would be so funny if it was just like a bunch of like kind of like camp stuff and then like a really nice comedy club.
Yeah.
The best club.
A bunch of little tiny mobile homes everywhere. People are coming in. It's like, what is this? Oh, it's just an encampment. Don't worry
Don't
about
worry
it.
about the encampment.
That's an arena.
Spotlights. Terrance McCormack headlining every night afterwards.
Who built
Orgies.
this? Everybody built this.
We built this. We built
Oh
this.
my God,
That's
we
true.
built this. That's right. Yeah, see, that's how you talk. You don't talk like they. You talk like we.
We.
It's
Yeah,
a communal
smart.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
right.
it's a
That's
cult
true.
thing, dude. Yeah, you're gonna have to get in that kind of speech.
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. I'll just watch a bunch of Hitler speeches. That's how you do it, right?
It is true. He was very good at holding a crowd, dude. But again, if
Not a lot of laughs.
Not a lot of laughs.
no big laughs.
That
zero.
was Goebbels.
Even Mussolini had some big laughs. Mussolini used to do this thing where he would say something and you would say something crazy like blood alone moves the wheels of history, and then he would fold his arms and make a face and go.
See, he knew how to
hilarious.
use silence.
Yeah, that guy knew how to
That's not
control
David
sound.
Tell.
Yeah, David Tell could take a lesson or two from Benito Mussolini.
dude. From Benito, the father of fascism. That's right, dude. Yeah.
All right, I'll watch the Mussolini stuff now too.
There you go.
There you
Check it
go.
out.
Yeah,
Check it out.
Comedy
Yeah.
legends,
Yeah,
David Tell,
fascinating
Mussolini,
character.
Chappelle.
That's right, dude. Good lord.
Hitler, Chappelle.
Mussolini. That's right, dude. Yeah, some of the greats, great orators, if you will. Well, you hosting the Huskies mic tonight?
I am hosting the Huskies.
Of course you are, dude.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That is a mic that is run by Nate Hilly. I would like to make public that Terrance hosts almost every fucking Sunday at Huskies Pub in Worcester, Massachusetts.
It wouldn't be a problem if it wasn't like I don't know. Every now and then it's 4:00.
Oh, really?
A text comes in. Hey man, do you mind hosting Huskies tonight? Or yo, what are you doing?
Your Nate Hilly impression is spot on.
spot
By the
on.
way.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
just the energy is like right, like in the facial expressions,
I see him quite often. Yeah.
I could tell. That's the
He hit me up one time. This is no lie. It was like 7:30. I was already at Huskies, and he was like, "Do you mind hosting Huskies tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he doesn't have to give me an excuse. He's like, "Yeah, I'm out of town." I'm like, You could have hit me up like Wednesday,
yeah,
dude.
dog,
Like, what are we doing?
It's par for the course with that guy.
Yeah, very Nate Hilly, very Nate Hilly, dude. Very Nate Hilly, dude.
If you ever have him on the podcast, there's a small chance I show up and he's like, "Do you mind filling in for me?"
no, dude.
You know he's hosting. Isn't he on tonight?
He's coming on.
I guess I'm doing 2 hours then, I guess.
And we're about to start our next podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We have for you Nate Hilly.
Hey, everybody, how's it going? Yeah. Mind if I do an impression for you? No.
We're making the birds gay.
Yeah. You're making the birds gay. Yeah. You know how fast you were going back there?
God damn, dude. God damn.
Talk about a guy who uses the N-word a lot. Okay.
Big shout out to Nate.
Shout out to Nate Hill.
Yeah. I've actually,
N-word extraordinaire.
Yeah, dude, that's somebody I've caught in the videos that I've watched. You know what I mean? I've seen him in the videos. Yeah, exactly. He pops up all the time. In fact, it's crazy. Yeah.
Unbelievable, he hasn't been canceled yet.
No. He's the first Worcester comic that will get canceled. Whenever this, like, if it gets
not
big.
as long as he's 6 around Worcester, baby, dude. Shout out to Destitution Town, dude. Yeah, that's right, dude. Hell yeah, dude. God damn.
Oh man, Terrance, this has been a great time having you on the podcast. Do you have any like lingering concerns with this cult? I mean, I think just like desperation from comedians combined with a tropical island that you'll get through a funded narco state.
Oh yeah,
seems to me like it's going to work out pretty well for you. We're gonna, there's a rich history of hiring Contra and stuff in this country. I mean, I think the government's going to leap at this opportunity. So
certainly,
yeah, and I'm going to work with the government, obviously.
Oh yeah, that black site.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, if I give them space to build a prison, like we won't have any major issues. I guess the only issue I actually do have is like, how do I get the island? That's about the only lingering problem.
I think you have to.
I do think the idea of colonizing, I think you could mobilize your army of comedians prior to the seizing of the island. I would build a small army of comedians, you know. And
I also think if you told Donald Trump you're going to get rid of the comedians in America, he'd probably just give you an island to put them on.
That you told him that you were. If you told him you were taking all the liberal comedians, and you just said like you blanketed the term, you know that, and then like on the box, you know, just whoever came through, you're just like, all right, you're a liberal comedian now, whether you like it or not. You got, like that kind of thing. So like, I mean, if you got that. You know, then he might just be like, dude, you can have Puerto Rico.
So so ICE is just rounding up liberal comedians.
Yeah, they're like,
just wrapping them up and sending them to my island.
It's either ICE or self-deport. That's the option.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah,
And like you're gonna be like, you can come to Comedian Island. Yeah. We've got a club, we've got orgies, and we've got drugs. And like, what comedian is gonna say no to that?
So Bill Burr's for sure on my island. They're gonna round him up first.
I do like the idea of ICE agents running around with a microphone and just like going to open mics and being like, give me all of your material on ICE now.
God damn it, Nate.
I just love that. I love that. The idea of them, no firearms. They just have fucking microphones going, come here. How do you feel about the president? Say a joke right now. Tell me one that you can think of. If you don't go, I can't. I have no idea. There's no possible joke I could make. They're like, good. Get to the island. You know?
Or they just hear you. There's cameras everywhere. They hear what's going on, and then like, the mic's over. They're like, we heard what you said. They wrap you up.
Oh, there's gonna be Gestapo in the audience at some point filming us on iPhones.
That would be crazy to see, like. Everybody flying out of the comedy studio, you know, like when they do one of those ice raids at a restaurant, just everybody like, ice, kilos, amigos. Everybody sprinting out of the comedy studio as fast as they can, dude.
There's a bunch of Spanish people that are just like fearing for their lives and they're just grabbing comedians. They're like, oh, not us.
Oh, not us. I'm like, I am okay.
2026 is awesome, dude.
Donald Trump's approval rate skyrockets.
And what happened? All those liberal comedians are living on Terrance's island.
Yeah, dude. So I mean, I think that would be the easiest way probably to get a hold of this thing.
Yeah, you know. And ethical concerns aside about going hand in hand with the fascist government, which whatever.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, at this point, with ethical,
it's for the greater good.
Greater good.
Yeah.
Look, if we're having a sex cult, who's doing an orgy and having a good time, I think we've thrown, like our ties to fascist dictatorship out the window. You know what I'm saying? We're fine with whatever. Yeah. Whatever takes us to the top.
Most comedians are basically nihilists anyway. So like, who's gonna give a shit? Like, you're getting stage time. You're, meeting ladies or gentlemen or whatever you're into.
Whatever you're into.
Yeah, we're not going to judge anything. It's going to be basically a utopia for comedians, right?
Freedom of speech. I'm all about it. Make any jokes you want. I don't care. On the island, you do whatever you want.
And that's exactly what those people that from that word that Joe said earlier, narwhals. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's what. Yeah, whatever he said. The narwhals, they love that stuff or whatever. What was the
The
word?
narwhals?
What did you say? What was the word you said with the N? You said an N word.
I'm not gonna fall for this, Nate.
No, not that one. No, not that one. Not that one. I would have been like,
I'm so sorry, Joe.
See, thank you. This is what we have you on for one episode, Terrance.
Nihilism. Nihilism.
Narwhals.
The way you say nihilism's a little touchy,
No,
dude,
it's
okay?
a little touch and go there. I guess it's fair. Yeah.
What
Nihilism.
word did you use? Narwhal?
Narwhal. Yeah. Whatever it was.
Not even close to
It
nihilism.
was something like that. I knew it was something with an N and like an
Swing
L
and a
and a
miss from
W.
me.
Yeah, and a couple of I's. But whatever you said, those kind of people, the people from the Nile, they're bro. They like all that stuff that y'all were talking about.
Sure
And
do.
that's the point that I
Sure
wanted
do.
to make. Thank you.
Well
I might
stated.
call you once a day just to talk to me for 20 minutes about whatever. Just
man.
Nate, go. And you're just like, dude.
I got thoughts on the mind,
these-
dude. I got thoughts on the mind, dude. You should see what's running through my head when I'm in the sauna. When the blood's really flowing, dude, I'm really freaked out in there, dude. I'm alone with my own thoughts. It's a scary place.
The next time we have you on, Terrance, we'll do it in a sauna.
Did he tell you that we saw each other in the sauna?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I walked into the gym
You
locker room
guys
one day.
both go to the same men's bathhouse,
We did.
huh?
It was awesome.
cool.
It was, and I turned the corner and I was staring, and of course, like I am an idiot, and admittedly, it probably just ripped my weed pen pretty hard. But I walked and I turned a corner and I'm staring at a fella who's sitting on a bench who's not looking at me, but I'm staring dead at him, and I'm going, that guy looks just like Terrance McCormack. And I stared at him so long that if this fella had turned to me and it wouldn't have been you, he would have punched me square in the face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
He
you would have been in
like-
trouble.
Oh, I would have been fucked. I would have never been able to go back to Orchard Hills Athletic Club ever in my life. And luckily, when he looked at me, I went, that is Terrance McCormack. I think that's the first words out of my mouth, dude. I was, it's just, and we had a great. It was great. It was nice. Yeah.
Aw.
He was hitting the sauna hard. You were hitting it hard.
He
dog.
recognized it because I was naked.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know,
I'm
he was
sure.
in the-
I'll know that dick anywhere.
I said, I know that penis.
Terrance's penis.
Terrance's penis. I know a half black, half Irish penis. When I see one, that must be Terrance McCormack.
Long, uncut. That's definitely Terrance for sure.
Amen, baby.
Well, that seems as good a place as
I know. It's good.
And you got a dick joke, dude. We did it.
We did it, dude. Real comedians. Real comedians. We're real comedians.
So if you want more jokes like that, you can join Terrance on his island.
Yeah.
Coming in 2027.
That's right. Or you can check him out on his podcast. What is
Yeah,
y'all?
do you guys have a name for that yet?
We filmed the first one. And we was me and Nick Taco. We filmed the first one as a test episode.
Okay.
We're gonna start filming after the middle of November. We're start
Okay.
filming again. It's called Special Education, and all we're doing is we're bringing a comic on, and then we're gonna review a comedy special with them, what they liked about it, what they didn't like about it,
Very cool.
why they want to talk about it. Stuff like
Let me know if you want to talk about David Tell.
I know, yeah, there you go,
for
yeah.
sure. We'll hit you guys up for sure. No, I'm not Nate. I know
Mine might be
Yeah, don't-
really
Joe,
old.
we'll have
dude.
you on for
Yeah, that
sure.
sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah. Mine might be crazy old, and might not necessarily be a comedy special, but
Yeah.
it would be a speech.
He'll be like, dude, do you see Hitler's first speech? That's what we're reviewing.
Dude, he slays.
He kills, dude.
way farther than that. I'm talking Malthus. I'm talking way older than
Dude,
that.
he
I'm
burns the
saying-
place down. All right,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? pretty crazy stuff you can hear when you get into the 1800s. It is pretty wacky what they were willing to say just out or write down. Pretty crazy stuff. I recommend it to anyone. But anyway,
I can see why you like them, mate. Terrance, got anything you want to promote besides the podcast? I mean, I guess you can see him Sundays at Husky's Pub hosting most
Sundays
nights.
Huskies when I'm hosting. Who knows? Yeah.
which is every Sunday at Huskies.
I don't think I have any shows coming up right now. So I had headline last week, so I'm pretty much off for about a week or two.
Oh, cool, dude. Well, always go check Terrance out if you can. He's a really funny guy, great comedian. Been a delightful guest, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
Great guy,
been
yeah.
really
Awesome.
fun. I look forward to joining you on that island,
Yeah,
frankly.
I can't
dude.
wait, dude. I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
it too, brother.
You might not
Save
be,
10
Nate,
minutes for
you
me.
might not be invited, dude. I don't know,
Please,
man.
dude, I'd be the chancellor. Are you kidding me? I'd be the minister of war. I was like, yeah.
If Joe vouches for you, cool. But I'm pretty sure he'll be like, nah, not Nate, dude.
No. All right, man. Well, I've been Joe,
And I'm Nate.
and this has been
Perfect Crimes.